What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's second stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and stimulus news report for Sunday, December 6th. If you didn't get a chance to watch my video yesterday, then don't worry. I will catch you up really quick as to what is currently going on. First, Congress is most likely to push the deadline back for the government funding bill, and they are also going to push back the deadline for the stimulus package, which means the government funding bill was supposed to be passed by December 11th. If it wasn't, the government would shut down on December 12th. Well, it looks like Congress is going to do a 1-week stopgap bill, which essentially lets them push it back one more week, and then the government will shut down. Well, right now, what is being reported is that, Nancy Pelosi especially referenced this past week, was they want to attach the stimulus package to the $1.4 trillion government funding bill. They want to put those two things together and then vote on it. So, what we know is this is both a good and bad thing. Most people with knowledge of the government funding bill are currently saying that the two sides still have quite a bit to go before they can come to an agreement. The reports that we've seen over the past few days are actually telling us that they have hundreds of different ideas. They have hundreds, and by hundreds I mean 200 to 300 policy issues that they need to address in order to get this thing passed. So right now, attaching a stimulus package to the government funding bill seems like a long shot until those things can actually become agreed upon. But right now, that is the plan. That is the plan, okay? Just want to be clear. And until this agreement on the funding bill is had, we can't attach a stimulus package to it. So right now, Nancy Pelosi is saying that yes, we need to do this. We need to agree on the funding bill. We also need an agreement on the stimulus package, but priority is the funding bill because we can't attach a stimulus package to a bill that's dead in the water. So right now, that's the problem. And this is a huge problem. And this is the current approach that Congress is taking, because many lawmakers right now say they don't feel that passing a stimulus package without attaching it to the funding bill would actually work. So this right now is our only hope. Honestly, I hope they're wrong, because if attaching the stimulus package to the government funding bill is our only hope, that funding bill at this point is not looking like it will pass on December 11th, and it's not looking like it would even pass on December 18th. We know how slow Congress works, so I just don't see this happening. And for them to work the week of Christmas, I doubt they would do that. Honestly, I don't think they would. They would go home on December 18th. So right now, that's where we're at. But I do have some good news regarding stimulus checks, regarding unemployment benefits, and rental assistance and some stuff for people collecting Social Security. Now, in regards to stimulus checks and Social Security, they're kind of tying these two together. Right now, more and more lawmakers have been voicing their concerns over the fact that not helping out the people that are most in need is going to be a dire situation. They're voicing their concerns here, saying that talk to Mitch McConnell. You stated months ago that the people that need the most help during this pandemic are the lower income families. The lower income families currently are stuck with unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, if we can get them, right? That's it. Those two things. Then there's rental assistance from their local state or their city governments. But as far as rental assistance from a federal level, it's not looking like it's going to come quick enough, or it's not looking like it's going to cover everything that somebody is owed. So right now, what they're saying is that yes, it's important for stimulus checks, because without stimulus checks, these that were hurt the most, which a lot of these people are, they're black, Latinos, and women. Those are the three demographics that are currently hit the hardest. And they're saying that no, We don't need that much rental assistance. We don't need stimulus checks. We don't need $600 per week for unemployment benefits. Right now, it is needed. Right now, many lawmakers are saying it is a must. And a lot of these are Democrats. Okay? Just want to be clear, a lot of these are Democrats. But there are some Republicans that are standing up and voicing their concerns, saying we need stimulus checks. Because without stimulus checks, those that are in lower income families, people that are in the hospitality industry, that has been hit hard. The restaurant industry, airlines, those industries have been hit hard. Well, who is mostly working for those industries? Hospitality, restaurants, airlines. A lot of those are going to be women. Women right now are having the toughest time getting their jobs back. Not because they do not want to go back to work, because the job is not there. And that's right now what these lawmakers are telling Mitch McConnell. You need to open your eyes and see what is actually happening across the country, not just in your home state. So, lawmakers right now are making their point that without stimulus checks and another extension to unemployment benefits and a boost, that these people will not get any relief. This includes people on Social Security. Social Security recipients do not receive a large, handsome sum. They get very little. Some are only getting $800, $1,000 a month. If you get $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 per year. You are still considered in or under the poverty line. That is still considered poor. So what they're saying is we need to provide stimulus checks. If not to everybody, fine. Right now, what is currently being floated around is, could we provide stimulus checks to the hardest hit individuals? Remember when Mitch McConnell said that, okay, well, the hardest hit individuals were something like $45,000 per year, right? Well, everyone was like, oh no, I make over $45,000 per year. But honestly, the people that make under $45,000 per year, they're being hit hard. They don't have a lot of savings. They don't have a lot of assets they can sell, liquidate, and then turn that into usable cash. They don't have that. So what is currently being floated around right now is, what if instead of that $75,000 cap for stimulus checks, what if that was brought down to somewhere like 60, maybe even 50,000? Because that would still provide stimulus checks to the hardest hit individuals, but it wouldn't provide stimulus checks to those that are, more of the middle class, that still have some stuff they can kind of, back them up if there is issues. Now, I'm not saying that the answer is right or wrong, but what I'm saying is stimulus checks are needed. And I do agree with this report that yes, if it was brought down a little bit, it would save money, but at the same time, it would provide income, provide funds for people on Social Security and the lowest income earners. And that is currently a big issue right now. So hopefully this report is correct. Hopefully this report is right, because honestly, this is what is needed. So hopefully this is something that is happening. Again, I'm just telling you what the report's saying. This is currently what it's saying is this is currently being floated around among lawmakers. So we'll see what Mitch McConnell does with that information. Also, this is one of the reasons why Democrats keep publicly stating their frustrations with Mitch McConnell, because just what you need to understand right now is how many people need stimulus checks. Not just want them. How many people need them? A lot of people need stimulus checks. And right now, all this falls on Mitch McConnell. If he does not agree on the bill, then he doesn't have to go and put it to a vote. And that's an issue. That is one of the reasons why all eyes right now are on Georgia. I'm not saying all eyes are on Georgia because President Trump did a rally there last night. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying all eyes are on Georgia right now because Democrats need both seats. I'm not saying you need to go vote for Democrats. I'm not saying you need to vote for the Republicans, for this Senate runoff. What I'm saying is Democrats need both seats in order to regain control of the Senate. But what you need to keep in mind is just because the Democrats regain control of the Senate on January 5th, actually January 6th would be the next day, does not mean anything can happen, because the vice president would be the tiebreaker. And until January 20th, as long as all the reports are correct and there is no fraud uncovered, okay, there's still a lot of reports saying there's fraud out there, but we just haven't seen proof. And it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And that's the hardest part right now for Republicans, is they know there's fraud, but they can't prove it. And so that's a big issue. So right now, what we know is that on January 6th, Mike Pence is still going to be vice president. He will still be the one that provides that tiebreaker vote in the Senate floor until January 20th. So right now, it's kind of just up in the air, but all eyes are on Georgia. As for unemployment benefits, the recent jobs report came out on Friday, and it did nothing but raise questions among economists. The unemployment rate dropped from 6.9%, which is still fairly high. It dropped from 6.9% down to 6.7%. And that sounds good, right? It sounds good that we went down 0.2%, but here's the problem. The new jobs gained were 245,000 jobs for the month. And the amount of people that stopped looking for work was 400,000, roughly 400,000. Here's the problem. Every single month we get a jobs report, it keeps coming down. Great, everyone's like, yay, unemployment's dropping, the economy's coming back. But here's what it doesn't tell you. It doesn't account for the amount of people that just stopped looking for work. It doesn't account for those people. Okay? It doesn't account for those people because they stopped looking, so they're not technically unemployed. They just went off and did their own thing. Most of these people that stopped looking for work did so not because they didn't want to go and find a job and make money, but they did so because there was nothing out there. When you call every single place that you are qualified to work at and nobody's hiring, what do? Well, if you're like most people, you just become frustrated and you stop looking for work. You're just like, what's the point? There's no jobs there. I can't find a job. Right now, they are saying there's like 4 to 5 Americans for every one job available at this time. So if 5 people go to look for one job, you can't hire all 5 for that one job. You can only hire 1, which means 4 of those people are left to go find work elsewhere. That is a big issue. And the report also stated that currently 3.9 million Americans are considered long-term unemployed, meaning they have not worked for the past 27 plus weeks. Right now, that's about 39% of all the people that are unemployed, which means over a third of the people right now are on long-term unemployment, and that is not good. Right now, many economists predict that the unemployment rate is going to increase into the 7% range in December. That means that report will come out the first week of January, and this report is not going to look good. So, doing something now for stimulus is a must, and this is what lawmakers are urging Mitch McConnell to do. The good news right now seems to be that while the $908 billion stimulus package is being written into a bill, Congress is still negotiating the exact terms of this deal, which could mean more unemployment benefits. This could also mean maybe stimulus is going to be back on the table, back into this bill, a stimulus check, This could also mean more money for state and local governments. This could also be more money for education and rental assistance and things like that. This could mean there's more stimulus all around. But just know that everybody in Congress understands what is currently going to happen if no stimulus is passed. This is the reason why Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and even Joe Biden have said it's better to get something than nothing. Even though for the longest time Nancy Pelosi said no, it's everything or nothing. Right now she's completely changed her tune to it's something is better than nothing. And that is the hardest part, is just 1 month ago, we had a package on the table for $1.88 trillion, which includes stimulus checks, and Nancy Pelosi was the one that turned it down. So, even on Friday, we heard from Chuck Schumer, and this is what he had to say regarding unemployment. Is the latest jobs report shows the need for strong, urgent emergency relief is more important than ever. Senator McConnell must hear the pleas of the millions of struggling American families. Right now, I don't think Mitch McConnell is hearing the pleas of millions and millions of Americans. Right now, he's looking at the overall budget, thinking it's too much, and he wants to pass something less. Hopefully, this doesn't happen. And on top of everything that has gone on recently, California, as of tonight, California will be issuing a stay-at-home order for around 27 million people in Southern California and the San Joaquin Valley. Now, this is going to last for 3 weeks. This goes into effect tonight at 11:59 p.m. This stay-at-home order is going to cripple many businesses. Many industries that are not deemed essential are going to absolutely be destroyed. Okay, gyms are going to be crushed. Okay, salons, Nancy Pelosi, you can't go and get your hair done. Can't go do it now. This is going to crush them. A lot of these small businesses that are not deemed essential or cannot work from home, this stay-at-home order is going to crush them. And this new development is also being considered at this time, because this was just stated last night. So at this time, this new development in California is being considered a talking point for additional stimulus. We'll see what happens there. This is Nancy Pelosi's home state. So I do feel this is going to be a big factor that this just happened and they are still negotiating this deal. What we know right now is stimulus talks have considered over this weekend. And as to what we will see emerge from these talks, that right now is unknown. But what I can tell you regarding stimulus and this stimulus package is at this point, I don't see a stimulus package being agreed upon for less than $1 trillion. Even though this package is at $9.8 billion, I do feel that with the current things that have happened, the unemployment rate only dropping 0.2%, and what's going on in California, again, I don't think having a stimulus package under $1 trillion is really going to cut it. We need to come in a little bit higher. But it's going to require Mitch McConnell to actually, just kind of, not really cater to his ego at this point and just get something done to help out the millions and millions of Americans that are fighting for their livelihoods. Because honestly, right now, it's Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi that are holding everything up. So today, I do anticipate, after what we heard about California last night, I do anticipate Nancy Pelosi will issue a statement sometime today. So I'll make sure I come back later on today and bring you that update as well. My guess is more lawmakers are going to come out today and provide a statement as well. Most likely, we could see that $908 billion bill, we could see that released either today or sometime tomorrow. So again, if we do, I'll come back and address that as well. So just want to thank you guys for watching today's video. As always, I promise I will share more as I learn more. Thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on. And I'll see you guys on the next one.